people are afraid, literally afraid to go to the hospital. Literally afraid. Ambulance ride, $5,000. Having a baby, nothing under $10,000. Healthcare here ain't free. Period, point blank. Not to mention if you have a C-section or you have complications, you can look for anywhere to 40 to 100,000. Just having a baby and being depending on the hospital that you're in. Madness. Hi guys, it's the Island Girl and I'm back with another one. Sorry for being MIA, your girl has been sick. The whole house has been sick, but your girl is back, alright? So, without further ado, let's get into this video. We're going to check out today the average American versus average British person and how do they compare. So we're going to get right into this one. So if you're new to my channel and it's your first time here, yes, me I chat fast. Come on in, rap back. Put a smile on the face and enjoy. Do my regular schmegular day one, sweetie pie, sweetie poos. Come on in and rap back. Put a smile on the face and enjoy this video with your girl. Let's get into this video, cause no long delay. Here we go now.
Two of the closest allies in the world today are the United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain, with both countries considering their bilateral partnership to be the strongest of bonds. The British-American bloodline runs deep, with millions of Americans identifying themselves as having either English, Scottish, Welsh, or Scotch-Irish ancestry. Given these close ties, we thought it would be fun to compare these two powerful nations in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average Brit.
Okay.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. First of all, we should explain what the United Kingdom of Great Britain is, as it's often an area of confusion. When we talk about the UK, we are referring to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is a sovereign state consisting of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The average Brit we are discussing today is someone from the UK. In terms of ancestral relations, according to a Census Bureau American Community Survey, nearly 27 million people identified as being part English, over 5.5 million said Scottish, about 5 million said Scotch-Irish, and nearly 2 million said Welsh. Although Irish and German Americans make up larger portions of the US public, it's thought there are a lot more Americans that have Brit blood flowing through their veins but no longer consider themselves being anything other than a full-blooded American. With this in mind, we'll start with some comparisons of a physical nature. The average Brit stands just a fraction taller than the average American, with the BBC lately reporting that the average man in the UK is now 5 feet 10 inches and the average woman is 5 feet 5 inches. American men average 5 feet 9.5 inches and American women 5 feet 3.5 inches. Both countries are considered to be not so well proportioned when compared to other more developed nations, with a new report from the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation stating that the USA is in 18th place on the world's most obese nations list. Only Egypt was the other populous nation in the top 20 countries, which was filled mostly by countries in the South Pacific. The UK, however, might also...
Okay, let's pause for a moment. Oh, the comparison between height is not so bad, but I didn't think for a second that the females in the US were that short. 5'3". Interesting. But here we go about being thicker. Call them thickums. I'm sorry, guys. They're fat for sure. It's no joke. Yeah, and you know one of the reasons I think that's a big problem. Not to go into the fast food, but something that I realized here, and since I got here as well, when I was in Jamaica, I used to walk a lot. I used to walk back and forth everywhere I go, majority of the time. Here, if I want to go down the street, I jump in my vehicle. It doesn't matter where, if I'm going around a bend, I jump in my car. So I think that's one of the major issues here with a lot of people in the US. They do not walk a lot. They are always in their vehicle. It doesn't matter where they're going. And then the winter time don't even help with that, because guess what? Everybody's in. Nobody want to exercise. Don't do nothing. So you can understand where the fat come from. Hey, let's continue.
however, might also need to get in shape, with reports stating that obesity is a national tragedy and that by 2025 the UK will be the fattest country in Europe. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's latest report, the average American male is now 195.7 pounds and the average woman is 168.5 pounds. The average British man is 186.2 pounds and the average woman is 154 pounds. Does the fact both countries are perhaps on the heavy side influence life expectancy? American men on average will live to 77.11 years and American women 81.94. Citizens of the United Kingdom can expect to clock out at a similar age on average, with male life expectancy standing at 79.1 and female life expectancy 82.8. The median age, meaning
that's pretty close pertaining to the gap between life expectancy.
Meaning half the country is older and half the country younger, is 37.8 in the USA for men and women, and right on 40 in the UK.
Oh.
Which country is making more babies at the moment? Current statistics state that the US and UK are similar here, with births per woman in America averaging 1.84 and in the UK 1.9. Marriage rates have decreased in many developed nations over the last few decades. According to the CDC, in 2015, 6.8 people per 1,000 of the total population tied the knot in the USA, while in the UK that number was 4.5 per 1,000. Around 42% of UK marriages end in divorce, with almost half of US marriages ending the same way. On that sobering note, we'll take a look at money matters. In terms of industry, both nations are considered champions of the world, but according to the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the USA citizen grosses a higher salary than the average UK person. The average gross salary in the USA was the 5th highest in the world at $4,893 per month, while the UK sat in 14th place on the list with an average of $3,461 per month.
Okay, let's go to, before I lose my train of thought on that, let's go to the fact that the people are having less baby. You can understand why. Things are more expensive, but the comparison between the two is similar. There's not much going on. A lot of women now are dealing with their careers, so I can understand why the US and the UK is similar. Now, let's talk about divorce rate. Ain't nobody really want to marry anyway. People don't want to get married. I don't know why. I know it's a contractual agreement and people, it's like nobody want to take the time out to work out anything anymore. If the head hurt them and they think it's a partner, they're running for a divorce. If the socks is blue and they don't like the pink socks over there on the partner, look, we're getting a divorce. No one take the time out to really get down to the meat, the problem, and try to work it out. It's an easy fix. Let's get divorced, and that is sad in my eyes. So if that's the case, people stay apart. So it's similar. When it come on to money matters, I didn't know that the US ranked 5th, and you guys are all the way at 14th when it come on to salary per month. Interesting. Yes.
In terms of cost of living, Americans might need the few extra dollars, with one report putting the USA in 18th place in the world on a cost of living index and the UK in 29th place. We must also note that cost of living and wages can change dramatically from city to city. If we take a look at the economics Big Mac index, we find that the cost of a Big Mac in the US is $5.06, while the Brits only pay $3.73. At the same time, the index shows someone in London has to work on average 1 minute longer than someone in New York to buy the same burger. At the high end of the earnings scale, the US is home to the richest man on the planet, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, whose fortune amounts to around $87 billion. The richest person in the UK is actually listed as two brothers, who are part of the Hinduja family. Their net worth is around $16.9 billion, according to Forbes. In total, there are 134 billionaires based in the UK, according to the Sunday Times, while the USA has the most billionaires in the world at 565. What do Americans...
What? I did not know that. 565 millionaires. No. Billionaires. Oh, I got that wrong. Billionaires. And you guys only had 100. Interesting. Didn't see that one coming. I gotta be honest with you. Did not see this one coming at all. Wow. Yeah, they don't know. When it come on to you have to see the Big Mac in here, don't it? The compares $3 and something, you guys, when why we're paying $5 and something.
And Brits get for all their hard work? Well, the Brits don't work as hard, according to one study that divided the total number of hours actually worked by the average number of people in employment per year. The USA was 16th on the list at 34.40 hours per week, and the UK was 24th on the list at 32.25 hours per week. The Brits also get more time off, with workers by law given 5.6 weeks of paid vacation time per year. In the US, there is no such law, and paid time off is an agreement made between the employer and the employee. The average paid days off in the US is said to be about 10 days, with that number increasing with the number of years in a certain job. The UK has less public holidays though, at 8 days, with the US enjoying 10 national public holidays. Americans may work harder, but they also seem to be getting more for their buck. While the British public have been dealing with drastically increasing property prices, they also live in very small abodes. Studies have found that Britain's houses on average are some of the smallest in Europe at around 818 square feet. American citizens on average can enjoy much larger living areas, with the average house size being around 2,160 square feet. The US also has more in terms of vehicle ownership. America is third on the list of number of vehicles owned per 1,000 people, at 797, excluding motorcycles and anything else on two wheels. The UK lies in 34th place on the same list with 519 vehicles per 1,000 people. Rising property prices, expensive cars, what does this mean in terms of borrowing money? Household debt statistics, which is measured by all money owed to financial institutions, whether it be for a house or a BMW, has both the UK and the US in the top 10 countries of the world. For 2016, the UK was in 6th place on the household debt list and the US not far behind in 7th place. UK citizens looking for a higher education and a good start in life might also have to take on a lot of debt before they actually embark on a career. While much of Europe enjoys a free ride or low-cost higher education, England is now said to be the most
This is madness, like madness. Every time you sit and you watch this, you say, this is total madness. When it comes to work and vacation here, listen, one, you have to be in that job for many years to get vacation time, and you get it ahead of who is just coming in. So the senior workers get the best pick a year or time of the year when they need to take their vacation. The younglings, sometimes you don't even get vacation time, which is, to me, is madness and it's ridiculous. And even if you want vacation time, you have to fight to get vacation time. It's like, you can even lose your job taking your vacation time. The US, when it comes to that, I can't believe you guys get almost 6 weeks and being fully paid. And if you get vacation time here in the US, you ain't getting paid. And it depends on the company that you're in. Yes, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Yes. Hi, beautiful. It all depends. It's ridiculous. Yeah, when it comes to house space, and I can understand why, based on how UK houses were built compared to here. There's a lot more spaces. You understand? And everything big. Everything big, boy. Everything big here. I don't get it. Even if it's just 3 persons in the house, you have 10 cars in that yard. Hey, don't get the US and tell us that yeah. One person, they have a 5-bedroom. To do what? I don't know. Let's continue. I'll be yapping all day if I continue. And now they're talking about borrowing money. Ooh.
Higher education, England is now said to be the most expensive place in the world to get a college degree. What? The latest reports state UK nationals attending an English university can expect annual tuition to be $11,715 compared to the $9,410 Americans pay on average per year. On average, the class of 2016 in the USA owed around $37,172 in loans, while students graduating from a university in England could expect to owe as much as something in the region of $40,000 to $55,000. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland all have cheaper university tuition fees, or no tuition fee for Scottish people studying in Scotland. Students may still have to borrow to study though, with a recent report by the Student Loans Company stating the average student debt in Northern Ireland and Scotland was around $26,000 and $15,000 respectively. The Welsh have part of their tuition fees paid for by the Welsh government, but students still rack up debts on average of around $24,000. UK citizens may take some comfort in matters of healthcare, with most costs covered by Britain's National Health Service. Americans are not so fortunate, with an article in The Atlantic this year stating that more than a quarter of Americans Americans said that someone in their household was struggling to pay off crushing medical debts. With that, we come to the end of today's show. Head on over to the comment section to let us know which country you'd rather live in and why. And if you like this,
amazing that you guys get help in the Welsh and so forth, Scotland get help pertaining to tuition. Here, you can have a free ride with a scholarship. That's different. But if you don't, the debt you end up paying, man, before you get out of school, you're in debt up to your neck. Not to mention healthcare. People are afraid, literally afraid to go to the hospital. Literally afraid to go to the doctor because, like I said, ambulance ride $5,000. Having a baby, nothing under $10,000. Healthcare here ain't free. Period. Point blank. Not to mention if you have a C-section or you have complications, you can look for anywhere to 40 to 100,000. Just having a baby and being depending on the hospital that you're in. Madness. Listen, if you buck your big toe and it's bleeding profusely and you decide say it's not stopping and you're running to the ER, your bill not going to be nothing under $5,000. So you tell me. Might as well you stay home then if that's the case. No? And sometimes you have insurance and your out-of-pocket cost is still as high depending on the insurance you have. Man, when you look at the two of them, the comparison between the two, you can see some similarities. But overall, man, I'll take your vacation days any day. I'll take your healthcare any day. Listen, man, there's so much to give and so much to get. I don't get it, man. It's crazy. It's just crazy. When you see the comparison, you're like, why am I here? Why do I not run? I have options. Why not just run? Thank you guys for sticking this one out with me. It's the Island Girl and I'm running out of here. Don't forget to go into the comment section. Tell me what you'd like me to react to next because it will be done. You don't know what to do? Rock back, relax, and continue to enjoy life. Love you guys and I'll see you guys in another one.